Hello, gentle viewers. This is Avindian, welcoming you to Terraforming Mars in Tabletop Simulator. Those of you who are longtime fans of the channel know that I did cover Terraforming Mars, but it was the digital version of the amazing board game designed by Jacob Fricelius. I don't know how to say the accent there. Maybe it's silent, or maybe it's like Fricelius. I'm not sure. So we're going to be playing a solo game of Terraforming Mars today. It should be great fun. I learned a lot from the couple times I've tried this before, and I think it will be good to do now. So we're going to be playing as the solo variant. So the first step is we need to hit the corporate arrow button. It shuffles the deck together, and it's going to give us our starting cards, but we're not going to do that just yet because for the solo game, we need to add 2 neutral city tiles. So we're going to start by flipping this. That is a 6, so we go a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Right there. And it's a neutral tile. We do it again for our next, which is going to be 17 from the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Just going to flag that so I don't forget. Right there. I think that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Perfect. And then we place 2 random greenery tiles. These do not increase the oxygen level. I'll explain what that means in a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And finally, 1. Alright, so the solo game is now fully set up, and we can play the game as is usual. Up, almost. The cube's not on there yet. I will add it later. So, what is Terraforming Mars? Just in case you've never heard of the game before, you've never played it before. Terraforming Mars is a semi-cooperative, semi-competitive game in which we're trying to make Mars habitable for human beings. In the solo game, it works a bit differently. We have 14 generations to make Mars suitable for human colonization, which leads us to 3 things we have to do. If we don't do all 3 of these things by the end of the 14th turn, we lose the game, and the points don't matter. First, we need to get the oxygen up to 14%. We need to get the temperature all the way up to plus 8 degrees Celsius. And we need to play all 9 of the ocean tiles in the game. And along the way, we're going to be playing cards, we're going to be building an engine, and hopefully by the end of turn 14, we're going to be succeeding. Now, our first choice today is to determine which corporation we would like to start as. Now, I did play Thorgate in my last playthrough, and it's pretty powerful, actually. It's really helpful to be able to play any power card or any power plants cheaper. And you also have worth a lot of money. This is Interplanetary Cinematics. Ooh. So this gives me $30 to start with, 20 steel. That's phenomenal. And every time I play any event, I get $2. Oh, wow. These are both really good. I'm going to pick this one for a very important reason, because last time I played the game I had Thorgate. So I'm going to take Interplanetary Cinematics. And then I'm going to click Set Up. And then I'm going to instantly throw this back in the corporation pile. It doesn't matter. You can never get another corporation, but I just like that. So the last step of our very first turn is we start the game with 10 cards, and I need to decide which of these 10 I keep. So let's look at each card and decide what we're wanting to do. So keep in mind, our main objective is to we have to terraform Mars. If we don't, we lose the game regardless of how many points we get, which is extremely important and very critical to remember. So let's start. Our first is the Interstellar Colony Ship. This is an extremely expensive card that only gives me 4 victory points at the end of the game. Hard pass. We also need to move our player cube down to 14. That was the other change I needed to make. Yeah, that's a no-brainer to get rid of that. Security Fleet. Again, this is just a source of victory points. I don't have time to waste on cards that don't help me build the engine. Go away. Whenever I play a science tag, I can either add a science resource or remove a science resource from this card to draw a card. That is actually kind of helpful. Because that's an engine to draw more cards. And there's no hand limit in Terraforming Mars. There is no downside to having a hand just flush with cards. I really like this, and I think we're going to keep this one. Big Asteroid. 2 temperature steps, 4 titanium. But that's lovely. It's also expensive as shit. And it's highly unlikely I'd be able to play this early on in the game, unless it's the first card I play. I need to think about that card. We'll come back to it. A medical lab. This increases my production step for every 2 building tags I have. That's quite nice. It's more of a long-term card, but it's quite nice. I can think about keeping that. Power Grid lets me increase my energy production. The downside here is... No, I do have a couple of other energy tags, don't I? Maybe. I'm a little bit more ambivalent about this one. 18 is a lot for basically... We'd have to see. Energy savings increases my energy based on how many cities are in play. I'm going to get rid of this card. There is very little incentive for me to spend resources building cities in the solo game. Because cities don't help you terraform Mars. They're good for scoring points into the game. They're fantastic for that purpose. But I think I'll pass on that one. Soil Factory. Oh, okay. The last game of this I played, I had major problems with plants. And this is actually a pretty nice way to get that. Especially in conjunction with something that boosts my energy production here. This is another good way to get plants, though. I don't have very many microbe tags is the downside. And then every action I can buy a card. I don't like that. I don't think that's a good choice for us. 6 cards is an awful lot to start the game. And I'm not convinced all these are going to be mega helpful. At least in the short term. I mean, the big asteroid in my pocket. Let's think of the math here, right? It would normally cost $18 for 2 asteroids. This gives me that at a discount and gives me 4 titanium. And, oh, by the way, I'd also gain $2 because of my special power whenever I play an event. I'm definitely keeping these 2 cards. I have no reason not to. And the medical lab is also decent because if I play it at the right time, I can really increase my money production, which will give more options in the future. Power Grid... I don't think so. I don't think Power Grid is a smart play in this game. I don't think, for this hand, for this corporation, I don't think Power Grid makes a lot of sense. If I'd gotten that card, say, 6 turns from now, definitely. But right now, not so much. Soil Factory will be good later. There's not a lot of ways to increase your plant production. So I'm going to keep this one, too. Worms... There's too many triggers for this card to work. So in case you're not haven't played the game before, the number on the top left, in this case the 8, is how much money you have to pay to play the card. In this case, it's also a prerequisite. Oxygen level needs to be at 4%. And I need to have microbe tags. So this could be extremely powerful under the right circumstances. I don't think there's circumstances that are going to be happening anytime soon. So I'm going to discard this card too. So I'm going to choose to keep these 4 cards, and that's going to cost me 12 bucks. Sounds good. And now we actually start the game. Now, in regular Terraforming Mars, you can either take 1 or 2 actions every turn, and then you pass it to the next player. Because of this being solo, I just keep taking actions until I'm done. And then I end the generation, and then I gain new resources, and the clock moves up a bit. So, what do we start with here? Now I've got a load, an absolute metric ton of steel to start the game. This is really good because this means I can play these cards much cheaper. So the very first thing I'm going to do, very first thing, are there little cards for the tags? I don't think there are. It would be a shame, but I'm also not that bothered by it. I can just put cubes on the card. I'm going to discard 5 of my steel. 1. So I put it in the right box. 2. 3, 4. 5. So I'm going to spending $10, right? I'm going to play my Olympus Conference card. It's just so good. Look at that. Oh, I can't put that there. That's the discard pile. So this means that as an action, and whenever I play any card with a science tag, I can either add a science resource to this, which is what I'm going to do now. I'm just going to put a cube on there to remind me. Or, if I play the next science tag, I can use it to remove a resource to draw a card for free. As you can see, that saves me $3. So that's pretty potent. I think the next thing we're going to do is build the soil factory. I can't. No, I can't. Yeah, because... Let me double check action cards. I'm pretty sure, unless it says it's a prerequisite, it's not a prerequisite. Okay, so check the requirements. I have to be able to perform the effects on the card. RIP. So I actually can't play the soil factory yet. Which means there's not much sense to play the medical lab. Which means there's really no sense. I can't afford to play the big asteroid. So I effectively spent all the cards I'm going to spend this turn. So now we look at the possible projects that we can do to make this world survivable for humanity at some point in the future. I've got 18 bucks, and this basically gives me one of 3 choices. In the solo game, you don't play with milestones or rewards. Because all they do is give you victory points, and I wouldn't do it even if I could. First, I can build a power plant, which gives me energy. Now, energy is very good because it eventually turns into heat, and heat is a cheap way to get your temperature running. But I would basically be using it only to play the soil factory card, which is not the best use of it. That's a little too expensive. I don't think I'm gonna do that unless I decide to just keep it. I can flat out increase the temperature, or I can add water. Now, here's the thing. There are two ways to get greenery tiles and heat, which is through producing plants and producing heat, respectively. That's wonderful. There is no way to get ocean tiles apart from buying cards or a few events that does it. Like, for example, this getting to 0 degrees C gives you a free ocean tile. So the question at this point becomes, what is the best use of my $18? Getting power early is nice because it'll just constantly start generating energy, which will then generate heat. And as you've seen already, there's reasons to sacrifice energy production. But I don't think an energy-heavy strategy is really worth it for us. I don't think it's for me in this particular game. I just don't. Can I grab these cards and delete them? I cannot because they're locked. Rip. That's fine. I'm going to want to play the Soil Factory eventually. I just don't think it's something I'm going to be playing soon. I don't think it's good enough for our purposes. I'm going to play an Aquifer. I'm going to tell you why. First of all, very important point that I did not realize. I played this game probably a half dozen times, and it never occurred to me that you can play ocean tiles from the start of the game. They just don't become, like, liquid until you hit 0C. But you can play ocean tiles from the very start of the game. I can play this ocean tile and then get 2 more cards, which is incredibly valuable. I'll never get to use the other benefit of an ocean tile, but to be frank, I don't care. So I'm going to spend all my cash. I'm going to play an ocean tile. I'm going to play it right there. So I draw 2 cards, and these are free. They're mine forever. No one can take them from me. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to increase my terraforming rating. Now, this is both victory points at the end of the game, but it's also a source of income, and it's a way to track your progress. Your terraforming rating gets added to your victory points at the end of the game. So that's very good. I think that's lovely. I think that's good. Let's look at our new cards. We gained solar power. Basically, we can increase our energy for 11, but we can also use our construction, which is really great. And then we got these little jiggers. And this is just a source of victory points. So, again, I just don't think it's worth it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell this card, which is going to get me $1. $1 is more valuable to me than that card ever could be. So this is a very good start to the turn. Ooh. Oh, I could play this now. Yes. It was a good thing I sold that buck. So I'm going to sell this buck. I'm going to get rid of 5 of these cubes. 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm going to play my lovely solar panel power. I increase my energy production by 1. All means I'll start getting 1 energy every generation. And we're off to a pretty good start. It's maybe not perfect, but it's pretty solid. Now the other thing I could do... Ooh, I could instantly turn this into plant production. Oh. Oh. I'm not. I'm going to wait. There's no rush, and I'd rather accumulate a bit of heat that we can use later on. I think that's the right decision. Alright. So, I've completed my generation. I've passed my turn. I come over here. I increase the generation marker. This is the ticking clock. And I click the button. And I gather all my resources. Which is just $15. It's not perfect, but it's okay. We really need to get the engine working. So we draft 4 brand new cards, and we get to decide what we're going to do with them. We have regolith eaters. Oh, this is a direct source of oxygen. Oh, that's very nice. That's very nice indeed. Oh, I like that. Biomass combustion. We need 6% oxygen. No. I'm just flat out rejecting that. A nature preserve. It increases my production. And I get to claim resources from a tile. It's for the victory point at the end of the game. I don't think this is a smart spend, though, for us. I'm going to get rid of this. Goodbye. And this is just not worth it. It'll never be worth it. I will keep the regolith eaters, though. That could be quite nice. So we've got $12 and I've got 10 construction cubes. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take 6 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 1 of these to play my medical lab. Which immediately lets me remove this cube and draw another card. Ooh, a comet. Oh, that's very nice. Expensive, but very nice. And then I will increase my production of money by 4. Because I have 4 building tags, because my corporation's also got it on. There was an argument to be made to play this card later, but I think playing it now is fine. So that's going to increase my money by 2. Because it's 1 per every 2. I have 4. 2 more bucks around is not nothing. I still have $11, and I have 4 production. I'm not really ready to play any of these cards. So I think I'm going to build another power plant. I think that's the right... Or I could just save the money so I could play the big asteroid next turn. Oh, that would be nice. That would be extremely nice. I still wouldn't be able to do it. I'd only get at most... No, I'd have exactly 28. That'd be all I could do next turn. Which isn't ideal. Which is not ideal. There's still other cards I can play, though. And I really want to get regolith eaters out as soon as possible so I can start driving up the oxygen pretty quickly. Because it's going to take 3 generations unless something else lets me put microbes on this card. And there's different cards that let you do that. So I'm just going to go ahead and actually make this a very quick generation. There's really not much else I can do because I don't have a good production mechanism. I could spend $11 to make energy. But I'd rather save that money and use it for something else later on. This is a very short generation, but that's what happens when you start off with a little bit less money than you otherwise might. So I move it up so I don't forget, and I end the generation. You'll notice one of my energy turned to heat, which is pretty good. All right, what else do we have here? An investment loan. Ooh, a permanent decrease in exchange for $10. It's actually worth $12 to me, so I'm definitely keeping that one. An ecological zone. I place a tile, and I get 1 victory point for every 2. Oh, because it counts as a tag. I don't really need a VP engine. I can reduce the titanium of my fictional player to gain one for myself, which is good, but it does cost $13, and I don't produce titanium right now. So I think I'm going to go ahead and discard this as well. But I'm definitely going to keep both of these. And I'm going to go ahead and say keep my hand. I'm hoping that this turn will be a little bigger than some of them that we've done in the past. I'm instantly going to pay $3. 1, 2, 3. Reduce my monetary production. And I get not just 10, but because I played an event, I get 12 bucks. Very nice. Gives me a lot more flexibility this turn. And because I just played a science tag, I get to put a cube on my Olympus Conference. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to play my technology demonstration. Yes. So I'll put that out so you guys can see it. It just lets me draw 2 cards, and I technically should be doing this. Because all that matters once you've played a card is the tags at the top. No, not like that. Bad game. Like that. Because all that matters is the tags, as you can tell. So that's gonna cost me $5. Money well spent. And I get to draw 2 cards. I'll look at those in a minute. And I can remove this science resource and draw a 3rd card. I have a pretty nice little card drawing engine happening right now, which is pretty great. Okie doke. Next step. I want the regolith eaters running as quickly as I can get them running. Is there anything else here that's worth doing? I cannot afford the big asteroid. Can I? Yes, I can. Because... Oops. Oh, no. That goes over in a pile over here. Because I just played another event. I get 2 more bucks. So, if I play the big asteroid, there's a ton of reasons to do that. It's going to effectively end my turn. It would be a very good turn if I did, but let's at least look at the other cards I have, and then we can determine what things might look like. Okay. Kelp Farming. If there are 6 ocean tiles, that's 3 plant step production, 2 plants right away, and $2. That's beautiful. I love it. And it didn't cost me anything, so there's no reason not to keep it. Small animals... It's just not worth it to me. All it does is generate victory points, and I can use it to hurt other players, but there's no sense in that. I really gain nothing from that. So I'm actually going to discard this so I can get a buck. And finally, fish. And again, this only generates victory points at the end of the game. And I'm more interested in just completing this if I can. And if I don't, then I don't care what my points are. So I'm going to take another $1 for that. This is the selling patents standard action. You get $1 for every card you sell. Now, I really want the regolith eaters right now. But I also really want the big asteroid, and I can't have both. But let's think about this mathematically. It takes 3 turns, because you can only do an action once a generation, if it says it's an action. It's going to take me 3 generations to get 1 oxygen. Until I get another source of microbes. In which case, this can be a much more powerful ability. So I want this out ASAP. I do not want this card waiting. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm actually going to take these and put these like up here because I don't care where they are. I need to make sure I space. I'm going to play the regolith eaters. I know it sucks. I wanted to play the big asteroid this turn, but c'est la vie. That's going to cost me 13 big ones. And it's another science tag. The tag's in the top right, of course, which again gives me another cube on here that I can remove later on to play a card. Nice. I still have $17 left, which is just barely not enough for an aquifer. But maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea to go ahead and either invest in the power plant and then I could play the soil factory, start working on plants. Yes, that is what I will do. If I can. Which I can. Alright. So it's going to be $11 to improve my energy production. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm actually not going to increase it. I'm just going to leave it where it is so that I can then play my soil factory, which will then give me a plant production. So I can start working on greenery. That's very important. And that's going to cost me $9, but I'm just going to go ahead and spend the rest of my steel that I started the game with and $1. Perfect. And I've still got 3 more cards in my hand. I'll get more next turn, and I'll start making plants now, which is very important. So let's go ahead, advance to the next generation, and then end the turn. I'm always the first player, but thank you for bringing that up. Okay, satellites. For every space tag I have, I increase my money by 1. This is just flat out dumb. There's no sense in this, because I would only have 1 card, and it's not worth it. Go away. Geothermal power, $11 for 2 energy. That has some merit. $4 for 1 steel. And an artificial lake. This lets me put down an ocean tile anywhere on the board. But we're not going to get to -6 for a while. So I'm going to go ahead and discard this card also. I'm going to keep these 2. I think it's going to be another boring turn. I don't have a good engine developed yet, and I need something to get me heat, and other things. So I'm going to go ahead and spend my entire sum of money, every last cent of it, to play geothermal power, increase my energy production by 2, and mine, to increase my steel by 1. There we go. I didn't play science card this turn. I'm sure we'll find others. Oh, and then I didn't do this last turn, so I'm just going to go ahead and do this both now. I'm going to add 2 microbes to this card. And then next turn, I'll be able to increase oxygen as step, which is pretty nice. Alright, we're on turn 5 already. We've only improved Mars once. So we're going to have to get it in gear here in the not-too-distant future. End that generation. Okay, what do we got here? A power plant to keep the energy running even better is a great idea. Oh my word, we were looking for something like this. An engine to just start radically increasing oxygen production. This is so big. This is more than big. This is ginormous. Now, as soon as the heat, I think this card gets discarded or becomes less useful once you hit the maximum, but I have to do it. There is literally no downside. So even though these other cards are cards I'd actually like to keep, this is too good. This lets me constantly run my Regolith Eaters every single turn. And that's absolutely brilliant. So I'm going to go ahead and spend... I'm going to keep this card. I'm spending every cent I have. Here. You go there first, and then I go here. And I play my Extreme Cold Fungus. Blue cards you leave separate because they each have powers. We definitely want that. So, first, I'm going to tell the Regolith Eaters, I'm going to lock this card so I don't move it again by accident. Go ahead and eat yourself some microbes. We just raised oxygen by 1 point, which increases my money by 1 point. Nice. And then, oh, by the way, my Extreme Cold Fungus immediately gives 2 microbes back. So basically, for the rest of the game, I'm going to be adding 1 oxygen every turn. I need more than that, obviously, but this is a very nice, constantly running engine that I don't have to worry about for the rest of the game. Very nice. Very small turn, but very, very important turn. Yes. Increase the generation, end it. And I get 4 more cards. A mineral deposit for 5 steel is kind of a no-brainer. I would never play a card that only gave me victory points. I would never waste energy by turning it into points. $15 for 1 titanium and a victory point is just a tragically awful deal. So I'm just going to keep my mineral deposit. Keep my hand. And then I'm going to cash in my 2 steel and $1. Play my mineral deposit. Really, game? You know what? Put it over here. And not only do I get 5 steel back, I get another $2 because that was an event. Alright. I can't play Kelp Farming for a while. It's a big play, and I want to make it when I can. We're a ways from that happening. So I'm wondering if another point into power generation is smart. I think it is smart. Although, if I save my money, I'm getting closer to being able... Oh, this is a new generation, right? So I'm just going to basically say, I'm going to stop moving the cubes. I'm just going to say, 2 go on here and then instantly get turned into more oxygen. I can't forget to do that. So that's what I'm going to do for the rest of this game. I'm just going to have them keep feeding into each other. These are both huge cards, and I want to play them eventually. But eventually I'll get better at making money. And so I think the best thing I can do is keep pumping up my energy production. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11... I'm getting 4 energy a turn. This is basically means in principle I'll be gaining heat at a pretty regular rate, and I can start pushing that up, which is going to be a big deal. And I believe that concludes my turn. Increase the cube and the generation. Okay. What do we want to keep here? Science into victory points. No, thank you. Draw a card for $9 and a victory point is pretty dumb. Ooh, that's not bad. And this is also equally not bad. I'm going to get rid of Deimos Down just because it's a little expensive, and I don't think I'll be playing it anytime soon, but I will keep the rad suits. Because $6 for a permanent increase is pretty good. First thing we're going to do, we have 9 heat. Only takes 8 to raise the temperature. I'm going to go ahead and increase the oxygen too. Because again, my cold fungus just keeps feeding my microbes. And I don't know if this card ends. It might actually be over here, actually. Any resources are gained immediately. Place the card. I just don't know if my cold fungus stopped working. Yeah, why not? Perfect. I have $19, and again, I find myself somewhat flustered that I don't have enough to play my big cards. And I do need to place 9 ocean tiles by the end of the game. That's non-negotiable. So I'm thinking, let's go ahead and spend all but one of those bucks. Thus further dooming me to never play that card, but whatever. We'll get there eventually. To go ahead and play another water tile. And I'm going to put it right there, and I'm going to gain another card. And wow, is this an awesome card that we won't be playing anytime soon, but it's a very nice card to have. If we get the money to play that card, that's gigantic. I love it. But we're not going to be doing it anytime soon. I want to play the rad suits this turn. There's no rush. Let's increase the generation again. I already did the oxygen this turn. Alright. I'm going to increase the oxygen before I forget, which again increases my thing there. Okay, mining rights. This is perfect. This is a way to gain steel or titanium production. I really like that. I really like this, except for one tiny problem, which is that we're nowhere near 0 degrees C and probably won't be for quite a while. So you can go away. The cartel's a dumb card. It's just not that productive. This is pretty good, actually. I'm willing to spend $6 to keep both of these. We're going to play our mining rights card. That's going to mean we discard 1. No, sorry. You come back. I'm going to trade this in. Yeah, that's 4. Play mining rights. And then I get to put this tile, which lets me dig something up. I don't have that one. No, I do. It's right there. And I want to put it on a steel or titanium resource. I think steel sounds good. Yeah, let's really drive steel up. Although titanium would be nice. And I can get a titanium and a plant up here. Let's do it. So I get 1 titanium right now. I start making titanium each turn, and I get a plant for my trouble. I'm only 2 away now, which is pretty good. Still got 15 bucks. I still got 15 bucks. I need a giant turn. Which means I really need more money. It has been a bit of an issue, hasn't it? It has. Like, is $6 worth getting a dollar more every turn? I'm not sure that it is, especially when I can achieve the same effect by just investing in terraforming. I'm gonna do that, actually. Yes, I have a plan. That plan is spending $14 to cause an asteroid to hit Mars. Why, you ask? Because the next one you get to negative 24, you instantly gain permanent heat production. And this also just helps me also make more money while also moving me closer to ending the game successfully. So, not the sexiest of turns, but a turn that I think was an important one. I already increased my oxygen, and I didn't play any science tags, so I don't get any benefits from my blue cards yet. Okie dokie. Increase the token, end the generation. Increase the oxygen. Increase my terraforming rating. This is paying $1 to get $2. That's just dumb. Go away. I can add a resource to any card with at least a resource on it. Passed. I could get the research outpost, which gives me a city and a science tag, and makes every other card in the game 1 cheaper. Or I can get the convoy from Europa, which is an ocean tile and a card. I need the research outpost. I need this in my life. But the convoy's not that expensive. If I spend $6, I'll still be able to play the research outpost, which is what matters the most this turn. Yes. Done. Okie dokie. Keep this hand. Alright. Step 1. The heat is on. This gives me heat production. And I gain a terraforming point. I don't have enough for greenery, but I will next turn. I already increased my oxygen, right? Yes, I did. Next step. Research outpost. Go ahead and spend $6. 6 of these. That means I only now need 12. Well, here. Then I'm going to get rid of everything here and then take my 5 back. This immediately triggers my Olympus Conference. I'm going to discard this cube and draw another card. And all my cards now cost 1 less, and I get to place a city tile next to no other tile. But it's a free city tile. It's free real estate. I'm going to put it right here and then gain another card. I love it. I got to put my red cube in there so that I know it's my city. And I get another card. Very nice. Right. And I think that's probably it for this turn. Oh, I didn't look at my new cards. For $3, I gain an energy output. Yes, it hurts me. It reduces me by 1 victory point. I don't give a shit. Give it to me. $3 to gain an energy is ridiculously cheap. And then the other card we gained was the Mining Expedition, which raises oxygen a step and gives me 2 steel, which is pretty tasty. Right, nothing else to do this turn. End the generation. And increase the oxygen, increase that. Oh, that's lovely. That is a great way to start mass producing plants. But I don't want them yet. I can't afford that. GHG is an instant heat, and I can play it for cheap, so I'll keep this card. We're actually on -24. I can play this now for plant production. And Space Mirrors is stupid. I'm not going to waste my time with that. So I'm going to keep 6. Alright. So. How do we only have... Are you kidding me? Because that wasn't on... Oh my god. That almost freaked me out. But no. Let's play a greenery tile. We want them next to our cities, if we can manage it. Because it gives us points at the end of the game. So I'm going to put it right here. Which also gives me yet another card. Very nice. I've got another way to gain microbes. I don't think it's that worth it, though. Alright. Mining Expedition is 2 steel, which is pretty tempting. I think we do imported GHG and lichen. So, first imported GHG. This is going to cost me 7, but I've already got 3 titanium, so it's just going to cost me 2 titanium and $1. And that was for imported GHG. I'm just going to put this here for a second. I instantly get 3 heat. So I'm actually going to leave 1 on there because I can instantly turn that into temperature increase. And I increase my heat production. Increase that temperature again. Increase that again. And I get $2. Flip it. Put it on the stack. Oh, game. I can play the Comet now. Which gives me 2 more terraforming points. 1 for heat, 1 for an ocean tile. That's really strong. But I also need more plants. But I think I can maybe do both. I think all these cards are wonderful. Viral Enhancers, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to turn you into another buck. I have no desire for this dumbass card. There you go. Alright, can I play both the Comet and the Lichen? I need $28. I can't do it. Because I only have 1 titanium left. If I had 3, I could do it. But I'm playing the long game, right? And the long game tells me anything that gives me an ocean tile moves me closer to kelp farming. Which is just massive. That's going to be a massive plant engine. And I've already got 2 on the board. So the question is, do I take the comet, which is a temperature and an ocean tile? And the answer to that is yes. Because it'll also increase my heat production. So that's what we're going to do. Going to play the comet. It's going to cost me my titanium. I'm fine with that. And then $18. So I'm going to take all of this. And that. And then give myself $4. Plus 2. Because remember, it's an event. I increase heat, which instantly increases my permanent heat gathering, which is lovely. I would take 3 plants away from a player, but I can't do that, and I'm going to play an ocean. And I'm going to get myself some more plants. There are reasons to put ocean tiles next to other ocean tiles because it earns you money, but I'd rather have the resources at this point in the game. Because if I can get closer to making more greenery, everyone will be happier. And that's also worth 2 more terraforming points. That was a very lovely action. And then I put you in my pile. This is very good. I can practically taste the kelp now. Kelp. But we're starting to get brush up against it. And the one thing I don't have is a great heat engine. It's getting there, but I don't think it's ever going to be strong enough to get us what we desperately need, which is a whole bunch of heat very quickly. I don't think we're going to win this game, but I think we're going to make a hell of a try at it. So, I'm going to advance the turn and click End Generation. I'm going to increase the oxygen and my thing here. Okay, toll station. This card is useless to me because I have no opponents. Ooh, 2 heat but minus 2 victory points for $10. I will keep that. No. That's just victory points. It's not worth it. And that's just victory points. It's not worth it. So I will happily pay $3 for the nuclear zone. Alright. What is my next step? A mining expedition would bump up oxygen, which would then bump up heat. Because that's what that tile there means. It's $12. Or I could throw the thorium asteroid. No, I can't. I don't have a Jovian tag. You know what? I'm going to accept that I'm never going to play this card. That's not true. I might play it eventually. I can always sell stuff at the end if I'm really running low. I'm not close enough for that. I can boost temperature by 2 steps and gain 4 titanium. That's pretty spicy. And I can get lichen. And I can do a nuclear zone to gain 2. But let's start. We need to start somewhere, and I want another ocean tile. And to me, that means convoy from Europa. So I'm going to spend 1 of my titanium. And then I have to spend another $12. I'm actually going to spend $10 because I get $2 back. And it's even 1 less because I stupidly forgot I have my bloody research outpost. I'm probably way behind on money, but c'est la vie. I also started a new generation and didn't increase the oxygen, did I? I don't remember. I'm going to err on the side of I didn't do it. That I did do it, rather. But I do get to place another water tile. I'm going to get me some more plants. Gotta love plants. Oh, and I get a terraforming rating. Boop. And a card. Ooh, an ice asteroid. Oh, that's lovely. I quite like that. But I wanted to gain oxygen this turn. Which I think means the mining expedition. It's 12 bucks. But it's still cheaper than a greenery. Because then that triggers heat, which then gives me even more terraforming progress. And I've got heat here that I can gain as well. So I think the mining expedition is the right call. I need the oxygen. So, this would normally cost me $12. I'm going to subtract 1 for the research outpost. It's permanently in effect. And I'm just going to say it costs 2 less to play it, because I'm going to get $2 for playing it, so it only costs me $9. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I gain 2 steel. 1, 2. And I increase oxygen by 1 step. Thus triggering heat. Oops. And giving me 2 terraforming points. Okay. What do I do with my 13 remaining dollars? I can start working on plant production, or I can really crank up the heat. And I think, honestly, there's a lot of attraction to really cranking up the heat. Like, this is kind of bad in terms of it's 2 less victory points at the end of the game, but if I don't terraform Mars, I lose anyway. So let's do it. Let's spend 10 bucks. Sorry, 9 bucks. I'm gonna remember that consistently eventually. And then I place the nuclear tile. I love it. It's a little mushroom cloud. Oh, that's great. And I still get the resources from it. I need the plants. I'm gonna put it right here. Kaboom. That's 2 more plants. I kick temperature up 2 steps to 14. That's 2 more terraforming progress. And, you bet you thought I forgot. I didn't. I have more than enough heat to also increase the temperature by 1 step. So that goes up, and that goes up. I still got $4 left. Can I play Lichen or Heather with metal or titanium? I can't. Oh well. Oh, this was an extremely productive turn. We're making tremendous headway in 2 of the 3. We're pretty far along. You love to see it. Alright, game. 12. End the generation. Alright. So we increase oxygen by 1 step. I increase my terraforming meter by 1 step. I do at the beginning of every turn. I can increase heat for $3. That is pretty solid. Oh. If I play optimal arrow braking and say a nitrogen-rich asteroid, how many plant tags do I have? I have no plant tags, but that's not a bad thing because I've got 2 of them in my hand. If I play my kelp farming too, oh, that makes us a nuke. A fantastic, lovely nuke. And if I play optimal arrow breaking first, I love it so much. I can make... Oh my god, I want all of these cards. But I've got more than enough science tags. I've got 4. I can play this and gain 4 energy. And every space card in the game costs 2 less. I've got the optimal arrow break. I've got micro mills, which are super cheap, and I've got this lovely nitrogen-rich asteroid. I'm keeping all of these. You can't stop me, game. Can't stop, won't stop. Alright. First move of the turn. Gimme that heat. Lovely. Gimme them plants. I'm going to put greenery tile. Where do I want it? I can put a greenery tile anywhere. And I think it's just better to kind of spread it out. Like, and again, it gets me less points at the end of the game. But I need resources. So putting it here actually makes some sense. I do gain $2 for putting it next to an ocean tile. Which is pretty jazzy. And I increase oxygen a step, and I increase energy a step. Okie dokie. Next step. I want that quantum extractor. I can afford it. Okay, quantum extractor. Cost me 13 of the best dollars I'll ever spend. $12, because remember, every card is cheaper for me. Oops. Sorry, game. By the way, this means that space cards are all now $3 cheaper for me. 2 for the quantum extractor and 1 for my research outpost. And I instantly gain 4 energy production. We're really going to get heat working overtime now, and I'm excited to see it. Okie dokie. Next phase. I can afford the ice asteroid, can't I? Because it's $3 cheaper, right? Yes. It's $3 cheaper, 2 for the quantum extractor, 1 for my research outpost. I spend 1 titanium and all the rest of my money, and I get 2 ocean tiles. That is extremely worth it. Please do exactly that. And it's actually $2 cheaper, because it's an event. So, we spend 1 titanium. That brings it down to 20. I drop another 3 for my 2 abilities. Brings it down to 17. $2 more off. That brings it down to 15. And then I gain not 1 but 2 ocean tiles. You'll never get a better deal than that. If you put ocean next to ocean, you also get $2. So I'm going to put it here for 2 more plants. Did I ever take my plants for the greenery tile I just played? I did not. So I actually get 4 plants. Okay. Done. Next step. I increase my energy by 2. Oh, I got to play 2 ocean tiles. I've only played 1. Oh, I didn't get my $2, did I? I play another ocean tile. I'm going to put it right there. Gives me another $2. Another 2 plants. Don't put it there. I now have $6 in my hand. An optimal arrow breaking would now only cost me $4. But I can also start working on plant production, which is the other thing I've been talking about wanting to do. This is actually better because it also gives me a plant. So I'm going to spend I'm going to spend $5. And I'm going to play Heather. God damn it, game. Please stop doing that. Stop it! There we go. It's fine. I increase my plant production and I gain a plant right now. And the next turn I can play optimal arrow breaking and I can start trying to play some of these big space events, which would be just fantastic. Or I could play kelp farming and really get my plants working. Lots of good things can happen next turn. But that's it for this turn. Okay, so I'm going to increase this. And the generation. I am going to increase my oxygen because of my constant radiation there. Oh wait, did I play a science tag last turn? You know what I did? I played the quantum extractor and I never gave myself a resource cube for it. There we go. Alright. We can get imported hydrogen for 3 plants and an ocean tile. That's pretty good. Adaptation technology, hard pass. It's not worth it anymore at this point in the game. I've got a bunch of steel. I can play this cheap. Mass converter. I can just make space cards stupidly cheap. Do I have 5 science tags? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do. I'm keeping them all. Alright, step 1. I got me a bunch of energy that wants to be released into the atmosphere as heat. Let's bump it. And let's increase terraforming rating. Awesome. I've got a bunch of plants that would very much like to become a greenery. And I'm going to play this greenery where it gets me 2 plants and $2. Oops. I wanted this cube. $2. 2 plants. Right. The next thing I want is I want my mass converter. So I already pay $3 less for this. So it's only going to cost me $5. And it's a science card, my dudes. So I get to turn this cube into another card. So the next big thing I want to do... Oh, don't I increase my energy? I do. I increase my energy by 6 points. So that would put it on 15. Oops. 15. Actually, that's either even 50 energy or 15, but it should be 15. I still got loads of money, though. I can't play the beam for a thorium asteroid, Sally, because I don't have a Jovian tag. And at this point, I've only got 1 generation left in the game. I'm going to go ahead and discard this for another buck. Alright. This is worth 3 plants and an ocean tile. This is worth a shit ton of plants. This gives me heat every time I play a space event, and it only costs me, what? $3? Because it's -2, -2, -1. No, $2. Let's do it. Because now, every time I play a space event, I get $5 and 3 heat. Which is just going to be fantastic. So let's import some hydrogen. Alright. How much is this going to run me? I save $5 because of my various other cards. I save an additional $1 because I save an additional $2 because it's an event. So it's 5, 6, 7. I save another $3 because of the optimal arrow breaking. That's 10. I get this card for $6. Or 1 titanium and $3. Oh, this is a very spicy engine we've got here. And I get 3 plants, and I get an ocean tile. Lovely. And I get heat because of my optimal arrow breaking. Alright, so give me my ocean tile. Which I'm going to put here. That'll give me $2. And you get flipped. Oh, and I increased my terraforming rating. Alright. We could do the nitrogen-rich asteroid, but I don't have 3 plant tags yet. I only have the 1. I could play... Ooh, I need my kelp farming, don't I? This is expensive, but it's also extremely worth it. Because it'll instantly become another greenery. So let's do it. Sorry. No, damn it. Game, quit it. So $17, expensive. 5, 10, $16. Wait, what did I just do? I just spent $20. So I spent 10. It's only cost me 16, so I need to spend 6 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I get 2 permanent buck increase. I get 3 permanent plant increase. And I get 2 plants right now. 1, 2. Which gives me 8 plants. Which is enough for another greenery tile. I'm going to put it right there for 2 more plants. I keep screwing that up. I keep wanting to put... Yeah. Whatever. Give me 2 more plants. And an oxygen. And a point. So in order to win this game, I need a bunch of heat. I need 2 more oxygen and 2 more water tiles done. But we're still not done yet. Can I afford the big asteroid? I think I can. Let me think. Okay. It's $27 right now. Any space tile is $5 cheaper to me. And I'd gain another $5 for playing it. So if we knocked off 5 off the cost of it, that'd bring it down to 16. And I can't play it this turn. I could play it next turn, but I can't play it this turn. Is there anything else I can do this turn that is worthwhile? And I can keep increasing plant production. That wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. But I think the best thing I can do now is actually save my money so I can play some of these space cards. Alright. Last turn of the game. Actually, technically, I have until the end of this turn to do stuff. Alright. Increase oxygen. Increase terraforming. Do I have anything here that either gives me oxygen or... What does this do? Not worth it. Not worth it. Not worth it. And not worth it. I'm going to discard the whole kit and caboodle of these. Literally nothing there is worth keeping. And it discarded one of my fucking cards. You stupid game. Yeah, it discarded my Kelp Farm. That was a nice game. Don't do that. There. And then I can take all of you, flip them, and put them in there. Shuffle, I guess. I guess it doesn't matter. Okay. 16 heat. It's good for 2 steps. I need 1 plant in order to get greenery, which means I basically need to play like an ocean tile or something. Which I can get by further increasing the heat. Okay, game. Big asteroid time. Alright. So I'm going to save $6 on this, which means it would cost me 21 normally. So I'm going to discard one of these. So that goes from 21 to 18. I'm going to spend the 18 on it. I instantly get $5 back. And 3 heat. Then I bump up heat twice. 1, 2, triggering another ocean tile, which I can drop there to gain another plant. Which also increases it because that's what oceans do. And I get 4 titanium. Alright. Next step. 8 plants become a greenery. And I'm going to put this greenery next to my city. Unless I can get a card. I can get a card. Let's put it there then. Damn it. That's not what I wanted. I wanted something to increase heat even more, but that's fine. Okay, I've got $44. We need 4 heat steps, and we need another ocean tile. Do I have any of these cards that can help with any of that? Yes, the nitrogen-rich asteroid can. Alright, everything else in my hand is useless to me. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's good for $6 more. Alright, the nitrogen-rich asteroid. Normally costs 31. I save $5. That brings it down to 26. I spend 4 titanium. That brings it down to 14. I'll happily pay 14. I get $5 back. I get 3 more heat. Oh, I didn't increase the greenery. God, I almost forgot to actually do the thing I needed to do. Oh, you get discarded. Okay. You increase my terraform rating by 2. 1, 2. You give me an increase of plant production by 4. It doesn't matter a lot, because this is all about that heat. That's 2. Okay. I then take this card and I put it in the pile. I have no cards left. And I cannot gain a card via Ocean Tile. I can gain Titanium, but that doesn't do me any good. So the question is, do I have enough money? Do I run another production phase at the end of the game? It doesn't matter, because greenery is not the obstacle. I need 3 points of heat, and I need 1 ocean tile. And here's the downside, I don't have enough. I have $41. If the game had gone on for 1 more turn, I would have won. But it can't be done. I cannot win this game. Here's why. Just the heat would cost me $42. So I already can't afford that. And then I need another 18 to play the last water tile. I discarded all of my cards. I have no card here that lets me like generate heat or generate water. So we came oh so close, my friends. Oh so very close. But in the end, because this is heat production, which doesn't help me. These all increase production. Yeah, I can get plants, but that's not the problem. The problem is I don't have a way to get another ocean tile, and I don't have a way... Poop. We came oh so close to winning this game. But unfortunately, we have failed to terraform Mars. Unless there's some rule that says you can use steel to build projects, which I'm pretty sure is not possible. But I'd be an idiot if I didn't check. All right. Yeah, here we go. Oh, so there is one production phase at the end of the generation, but it wouldn't matter because the only thing you can do is make greenery. Oh, fuck. The hilarious part is, if earlier on in the game, if I'd literally would have spent more money on increasing the heat, we would have made it. Poop. That was surviving Mars. Or terraforming Mars. I almost got through the entire game and called it the right name, but I didn't make it. I'll rewind that just so we can. That felt kind of nice, but so close. One ever so slight change to this game, and we would have made it. We would have been victorious if we'd made one different move, but we didn't. If we had one more generation, but we don't. So we end the game. I hope you've enjoyed this look at Tabletop Simulator and Terraforming Mars. If you want to see me play again, you know what you have to do. Just drop a comment down below. Man, what a heartbreaker. But until next time, this has been Avindian. Thank you for watching, and I bid you good day.